that what I'm going to share with you today, which is what we do for our team, and it's really become my new position and my role, and I've learned, it was not natural at all, but I've learned to really, really love doing it. I hope that what I'm going to share with you today is of use. And it is, when we started, we didn't start to this degree, but we are now to this position. So I would say when we went from a team of 5 to 33 in just a matter of a year. And that's over 3 different businesses or 3 different locations. So as you can see, that managing that many people, especially in different facilities, but yet you're trying to get them to represent one company, you've got to develop a system to help them understand what your expectations are and how they are supposed to be able to work for you and represent your company. In order to get the new hires to succeed, we must begin with identifying the job. What positions are you hiring for? You know, quite often we, either you have names for your roles, but they don't really make sense. So when you use different forums like ZipRecruiter or whatever, there's so many different internet-based websites where you can get people to apply. This, as a uniform, as an industry in a whole, our job titles are not the same. So it's not like we are hiring for a computer engineer, you know, or a, if you were in a hotel, a front desk clerk or a bellboy or, you know, something like that. Our positions, we don't have the same title industry-wide, and therefore we also don't have, as if we don't have the same title, we don't have the same expectations or same role. So when people are inquiring about that particular position, they don't really know what their job is going to be. It could really vary. Even if they had experience, which we've found to kind of work against us, even if they had experience, by the time they actually get to us, they're like, whoa, this is nothing like I ever imagined or anything I've ever had to do before. So as a result, identifying the job that you're hiring for and figuring out what exact position you're hiring for would be your step 1, very important part. And you must describe clearly what that role looks like. Like I said, a title is not going to get you anywhere. You must be able to describe what that role looks like. What is it that when they were to come in every day, in their mind, what picture are you painting? What does that role look like? Create a vision for them. And then this, I think, is really important, and sometimes we want to overlook it, but define what body would look good in that position. And I don't mean physical characteristics. I certainly do not mean having, you know, somebody who is fits that perfect receptionist position, you know, in the front, who's like looks good, and, you know, no, that's not what I'm talking about. But in particular, like in our case, we do need to make sure that the person is physically able, mentally able, and emotionally able to do it. When we talk about physically able, the job itself, especially as a daycare attendant, which is the most common term, we call our staff campus coaches. So the role of a campus coach is very physical in nature. And so not that a body type dictates whether you should be able to do it or not, but letting them know and giving them an idea of exactly the physical involvement of this particular job so that it's not an issue later on. I hear all too often that part of the reason we have such a high turnover in our industry is that we don't prepare the people the applicants, we don't prepare them for the job, or, like I said, the expectation is completely way off. And by the time they actually get to doing the